All right. I apologize for that. I want to continue. This is going to be part two. And I was discussing about anxiety, how to fix it, how to protect ourselves from it. And one of the three ways you have to look at it is most of the time people are struggling with anxiety because they're stuck in the past. They think they missed on some opportunity. They could have done something different. And the truth is, in reality is, whatever that happened, it did not happen because it was God willed, because it's not in your control. Okay? This is not what God wanted for you. That was not your purpose for this creation. Your purpose was completely different, and you're pursuing something that has nothing to do why you are here for the 50, 60, 80, 90 years that you're here. That's not your purpose. Okay? So the past, what do I do with the past? The past is the past. Okay? You can't do anything about the past. You have to let that go. It's done. You must act as if it never existed, in terms of the only thing you need to take from the past is you learn from it, meaning that you learn from your mistakes and you take what's good and you apply that good to your current position, to the present, wherever you are right now. Okay, you apply what is good in the past to your present. And what most people do is they've been, think of this way, especially women and men who's been in bad relationship. Let's look at the relationship for a minute. You've been in bad and terrible, horrible relationship. And then I hear women say that, well, the relationship was good, but it was good. Yeah, I've been married for 10 years, it was good, but when I listen to them, out of the 10 years, they only had maybe 5 or 10 moments in that 10-year relationship that was good. They were smiling. And if you look at people's photos, the pictures they take when they're on vacation, you didn't see her screaming at the kids or screaming at the husband or her husband screaming at her before they took those pictures. Because everybody smiles. They smile when they're taking the picture. But you didn't see what happened before that he's dropped ketchup or she dropped ketchup on the husband's lap and he was furious, or vice versa. Or the kids spilled water on the mother and she was furious. You didn't see that. But the moment it's time to take pictures, smile. And they'll tell you, oh, it was a wonderful relationship. How is it a wonderful relationship? Because this guy was beating the heck out of you, cheated on you, treated you like a maid, like a worthless individual. You're just there to serve him or her. You're nothing to them, but yet you say you had a wonderful relationship, and now this is what's happening is these people tend to focus on those 5, 10 moments during that relationship. They're focusing the good time. Guess what? That's the trap that gets you, making you think, oh, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I judge him too harshly. Maybe, yeah, he only cheated on me 10 times. I should have given him another 11th chance. Or she only cheated on me 30 times. I should give her one more chance. No. Because what's happening, the Satan is making you focus on those 5, 10 moments where, it was nice. You had a few moments of laugh. He's making you think that you have to go back to that situation to build a relationship. You cannot build a relationship based on that. Okay? That's just complete foolishness and a failure on your part. That's the bottom line. So you don't dwell on the past because the past is gone, but you learn from it. The next thing is that you look at the future. You look at the past, you look at the present. What is the present? What am I currently doing? What is available to me right now? I'm not thinking about the past and I'm not thinking about the future. What can I do now to help myself to get where I need to go? Now I know what my purpose is. What can I do? Now I know I'm not running the show. God is running the show, whether I like it or not. God's going to run the show with my permission, without my permission. The war's going on. I can jump on the board, or I can suffer and struggle, go against the wave, and eventually crash and burn, because that's what's going to happen to every single one of us. When we go against the wave, we're going to crash and burn. Just a matter of time, and that crash and burn come in many forms. It could be anxiety, eventually depression, because you're pushing against the wall, and you will never be able to push that wall down. Never. So this is what you need to understand. You're never going to win. Even if you decide, I don't care about God, that's fine. You don't have to. But you're still going to lose at the end. The question is that what you want? And not only are you going to lose at the end, so will your children. Your children will lose too. Your children will be bigger failure than you. They will have bigger failure than you have, because when you grew up, it was a better time. There was better people. You have more choices as finding a husband or wife. But these days, your children almost have no chance of finding a husband or wife because people are horrible. So their failure is going to be much more greater than yours if you do not teach them and make them understand there's a God that runs this world, and you going to suffer and struggle if you don't understand what your purpose and what your role is in this world. Okay? So again, the the present is now you focusing on what can I do to better myself. And a few suggestions I can give you is one, if you haven't started learning about God, if you're watching this video and all of my videos, excellent start. That's a start. That's really where you're supposed to be at. You should be watching these videos, learning and learning and learning and learning, so you can gain more knowledge to help yourself and to help your children. That's the first step. Once you start to learn all these things, you're going to start making adjustment to your life, the way you see the world. Your future will change as well, because while you're getting more data, more knowledge, more information to have a more successful, satisfying future than what you have now, okay, currently. So this is an awesome opportunity for you to change your future and your children's future. Now, the future. The future is something that you shouldn't really be concerned too much about, because again, if you know God and understand He runs the world, He already says what your future is going to look like. Imagine that for a minute. And you say, well, how's that possible? Well, remember when you had children, you went and bought you bought the house, you painted the room blue or pink, you bought the cribs, you bought everything, and then you started a scholarship fund, a college fund, and then you're going to put them in the best school, in the best. What were you doing? Well, you were planning their future. You were planning your children's future. They're going to be this, they're going to be that. You're going to call them this. Everything you've done, you yourself playing God, because you're planning your children's future. So if you're planning your child's future, how much more you think God is doing? Because God already planned your future the same way you're trying to plan your child's future. So if you understand He is in control, and there's nothing you can say or do that's going to change the plan He has for you. You can accept and then not suffer and enjoy why He created you, or you can just suffer for the rest of your life. And of course, I'm going to tell you this much, so will your children. Your children will meet the same fate, but theirs will be worse than yours, okay? Because you're at an older age, you can understand more, and they're going to be struggling early in life. They're going to start struggling, because why? They're going against the wave early in life, okay? So, and the wave is much bigger today, meaning that there's much more negativity, wrong information, evil people, evil that's going on in this world, and simply put, there's nothing pretty much good about it. There's nothing left, except if you ground yourself in the Word of God, you can maneuver through this world and not feel it as much like everybody else would be feeling. So the future is not yours. So you need to understand all of that belongs to God. Your job is to find out and understand that what I need to fix about myself, and then learn as much as I can learn about God to promote His name in this world. This is why you're here. This is why you were created. You were not created to be the most popular doctor, the richest man in the world, because guess what? You're going to die, no one's going to care. You are the best doctor. Do you care about Abraham Lincoln? Do you care about the first president, the second president, the third president? Do you care about who built the Twin Towers? Do you care about who designed these airplanes? Or do you care about the people who designed your house you're living in right now? Do you care about who designed the cell phone you're watching this on, or the computer you're watching this on? Do you care about these people? No. Who cares? All you're doing is just using the device. Same thing when we leave here, no one's going to care, because that's not why we're here. You're not going to care about these things. You're not going to care about these material in this world, because it means nothing. You came here and found it, and you're going to leave it behind. Okay? You're born into it, and you're going to leave it behind. You're not taking anything with you. And it says when a man dies, his hand is open. His palms are open, meaning that he's not grabbing anymore. Remember when I said the first part one, that when you're born as a baby, as a toddler, you're grabbing everything, or 1-year-old, you're in a playground, you want to grab all the toys for yourself, and you want to hold on to it. And we keep that mentality, if you notice that. We keep that mentality when we're 10 years old, 15 years old. We keep that all the way until we reach older age. And when we die, we let go. Why? Because we can no longer control that. So again, ladies and gentlemen,